Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Greetings and welcome again. Today, I just wanted to say a few words, probably more than a few, about humanity's quest. Now, in humanity's quest to solve the riddles of nature, mankind has gotten extremely close to worshipping self instead of the most rightful Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. However you address the Lord of all creation, to address in your prayers, reflections, quiet time, etc., it is of singular importance to place all praise on the Lord of all. With no creator, there is no creation. Matters not that men of science choose to give themselves all glory and credit for what God has given to them, intelligence and free thought. The choice to seek and inquire advanced intellect, they can choose or not to make life better for all. At whatever level they can or are able to. Human beings are the only creatures that God has gifted with this advanced intellect. It's not man who created the perfect blend of day and night. Surely it was not Rolex who created time, which scientists can lay claim to creating the first single-cell organism that evolutionists tout as the pre-morph state to all life in the universe. Astaghfirullah. Ya please forgive us over our inflated egos. How can we imperfect humans lay claim that a paramecium is the master of creation, or the designer of all worlds was a random Big Bang? That all life is of its own design, birth, and death. Ya Allah, please forgive us. Forgive us for crediting ourselves creator of the most complicated of computers, the human brain, which manifests several of your most important gifts. The ability to think, to plan, to build. All of these things are really unduplicable in the flesh. I mean, of course, there are scientists now that can create flesh from flesh. But create a brain from a brain, only Allah. Or create a brain from nothing, only Allah. You, O Lord, gave us the freedom to choose between right and wrong, good or bad, kind or cruel. With that gift of free will, dear God, we have created famine, war, hate, slavery, torture, and pain. In every century, on every continent since the beginning of time, we've done this. Why have we not collectively worked for the betterment of all? We have the tools, the knowledge, and the skill to feed, clothe, and take care of all nations. A small fraction of what the United States, Russia, Great Britain, and the other Western countries spend on weapons should feed, dress, and heal the world, instead of what is done to cause death and destruction. This is not what God created us for. Allah who created us for service to each other, not to worship self and ego. The shaitan whispers, we listen. The pure thought of organic energy sources like wind, sun, and water were gifted by God to help us provide affordable or free energy for all, instead of harvesting fossil fuels that were only meant to assist us until the technology was here. The technology is here. Instead, we have chosen to use these resources to kill people, without damaging infrastructure. That way we can just steal and not have to rebuild. No society is free from the guilt, but all can turn to peace. The answers to even the most complex of the world's problems can be answered quite simply. Peace, compassion, and service to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through prayer and constant remembrance of God. God does not expect us to do zikr Allah 24/7, 365. Remembrance of God can be achieved by service to all of creation, to feed the hungry, clothe the poor, heal the sick and injured, to love the unloved. We are all sinners and guilty of even the smallest of indiscretions against the Lord. Yet the Lord is most forgiving and most compassionate. It is as simple as saying, O Lord, forgive me for my sins. Help me to become a better servant to you. Please allow me the privilege of caring for my brothers and sisters of your creation. It really doesn't have to be any more difficult than that. Oh Lord, please forgive my sins. Mean it. Alhamdulillah. Until next time, this is Abdul Khalik. Hope to see you again soon. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.